The calm before the storm. When Britney was in Sweden recording her first album, life as we knew it back home was pretty much the same. We were thrilled that Britney was realizing her dream of making a record, but our day-to-day lives had yet to change. When she left, Britney and I both cried our eyes out, and we had tearful, long-distance phone calls, each of us taking turns telling the other one how much she was missed. Sometimes we talked up to 8 times a day. I missed my daughter dreadfully, but there was a silver lining. Britney was being given the opportunity to do what she had always wanted to do. Felicia was in so and is so sweet and bubbly, and she had the diligence and responsibility we felt to be the adult figure when we could not. We couldn't be in Sweden and Louisiana, so Felicia was our good, honest person in charge, the one with the discernment to assess all the different people our teenage daughter was coming in contact with. After a few months in Europe, Britney came home to an overjoyed mother and family. The first record would not release until January 1999, a good 8 months from then, but Jive already had their marketing machine operating at full throttle. The first single, Baby One More Time, would air in October, and that summer, Jive arranged for Britney to do a tour of 26 shopping malls all over the country. They set up a website and sent out hundreds of thousands of postcards. The excitement was building. Jamie Lynne and I traveled with Britney somewhat during that summer, but I had bigger fish to fry at home. Felicia stepped in again to be with Britney. In July, Jamie and I filed for bankruptcy after years of financial trouble. We had to close down Jamie's spa's gym, Total Fitness, the one that we had opened during the golden years, because he was working on construction jobs in Jackson or Memphis. He couldn't oversee it well, and we could no longer pay our employees properly, although we made sure to pay them before our creditors. 4 years before, in 1994, we, along with two business partners, had defaulted on a $53,000 mortgage for some land we owned near our home. The property was seized by the Tenjipahoa Parish Sheriff and auction of the following year. I was humiliated, but that wasn't the end of the nightmare. In October 1997, the sheriff returned to haul off our 1993 Ford Proof when it was at the body shop. We still own more than $10,000 to Ford Motor Company. We were miserable, and we were advised that bankruptcy was our only option. Nothing could have saved us from the financial canyon we had gotten ourselves into, and certainly Britney couldn't save us, nor did we want her to. Much has been written in the media about how we were counting on our teenage daughter and her singing career to rescue us from the financial ruin. Betting on a horse and putting all their eggs in one basket are just two ways our strategy has been described in the press. When I think of our actual mindset during those days, that idea is almost laughable. First of all, Jamie and I had no idea whatsoever that Britney would have a hit record. All she had was a developmental deal with Jive, which was very little money up front, less than $500, if I recall correctly, and that was all hers. In a demo deal, a record company sees potential in an artist, but is not willing to sign him or her to a full-scale recording contract. It was still very exciting because even a demo deal is hard to get in the competitive music industry, and it could lead to a real hard to get in the it could lead to a real contract. After Britney taped her demos, Jive would decide for sure if they wanted to sign her. We were told to be prepared for them to possibly pass because, after all, talented singers with demo deals were a dime a dozen in the eyes of the record label. While we hoped and prayed they would sign her, we truly had no idea. More important, we never felt for a moment that it was our child's responsibility to dig us out of that financial grave. Contrary to popular belief, we never wanted to ride on Britney's coattails, nor did we even know at the time that she would have any cocktails to speak to ride on. In the summer of 1998, as Britney was hopping from mall to mall, singing and dancing and doing what she had loved all her life, we were happy for her. Despite our money nightmares, it was the one bright spot in our lives during that difficult time. We looked ahead to the fall, when Jive would release Baby One More Time on the radio for the first time, and we prayed that the song would somehow notch the top 40 charts. Even if Britney's single was number 40, the thrill of having our child, who had worked so hard for so long, achieve a top 40 song would last us the rest of our lives. Of course, we did not have one hot clue that was right around the corner.